Hi Pookies! So today we're doing Create a Sim on The Sims 4 because I don't have enough money to buy Paralives. But I got pretty inspired to make a non-binary sim because of the quote-unquote new patch update with base layers. But most importantly, the binders. We've had binders in The Sims for a while now, but now we can actually place them underneath typical everyday clothing, which is a lifesaver. So now my Sims can finally wear a binder and a jacket while they're in a blizzard. So I did decide to keep the randomized facial features that the sim already had, but I did want to explore some of the other short hair options. But after looking through all of them, I just decided to keep what it already had. Once I started with the clothing, I immediately put on the binder and revisited the color selections and ended up finding this monstrosity. That is like peak 2010s vibes. Oh dear lord. Wait, oh my gosh. This is what I would have done to my sim if it was 2010s. I'm not kidding. They would be walking around like this, probably with high heels on too. That's pretty accurate towards my skills. Don't worry, I did not end up making this an outfit. Some things that you should know about the sim is that they are not able to get pregnant or get others pregnant, and their sexual orientation is going to be pansexual, so they're attracted to everyone regardless of gender. And going into this, I kind of had no idea what personality or career this sim was going to have, so I kind of just experimented with a bunch of different clothing options to kind of form that as I created the sim. Since the sim has a feminine frame, some of the masculine clothing looked not right. So it took me a while to find some shirts that looked semi-decent on them. When I found a shirt that I thought would be perfect for the athletic wear, I found some interesting randomized makeup. Oh my. Oh my gosh, that is not the kind of makeup you want possibly ever, but especially for athletic clothing, that is a nightmare. Not to mention the fishnet stockings. The makeup ended up being on all the clothes that this sim had. I also should have warned you before that I don't have all the packs in The Sims 4. It's mainly just a bunch of random ones that I've bought within the span of 9 or 10 years. And I'm very sad to say that one of the packs that I willingly purchased was Journey to Patu. Just to explain what I'm actually doing in this sped up video, I was going down the list of shirts and just trying to figure out what clothing I actually liked because I didn't know the vibes or the aesthetic that I was going with. So I just really wanted to explore all my options and just kind of build off of what I liked. Okay, why does this outfit kind of pop off? Maybe not for the sim, but like that outfit in general, it just speaks to me in some sort of way. My goodness, like even like things just match. Maybe not entirely, but... So after like 50 minutes of me messing around with the shirts, I finally moved on to the pants, but quickly found out that I actually hated everything I chose and I had to find like a whole different everyday shirt. So one of the things that I knew that I wanted to do with this sim was kind of make their outfits more genderless. So I found these pair of jeans that I thought worked perfectly for that. And then I ended up finding the non-binary Converse. I had no clue that these were actually in the game, and I got so excited to see them. I chose not to add any makeup to this sim because I just thought they were very naturally beautiful. But I did end up giving them a nose piercing, which I don't typically do for my Sims because sometimes I feel like it looks really awkward or just really bulky, but I thought it fit for this sim today. And then I brought out my inner 2020 vibe and put on a pearl necklace and also just kind of a funky bracelet. After messing around for the everyday wear for a while, I finally moved over to the formal wear and the athletic wear. For realistic purposes, I made sure that the sim didn't have a binder on for the athletic or sleepwear and also just the swimwear as well. By the way, not to sound mean, but anybody who sleeps in sweatpants that's tight around the ankles is genuinely insane and I hate you. For the party wear, I decided to go with a baggy outfit, which is probably not a great idea if you're going out to a party and like dancing around and getting all sweaty. I just thought it looked super cute, so I don't even care. By the time I got to the swimwear, the frickin' fishnets came back to haunt me. And just to kind of go with that genderless style that this sim has, I went for like a kind of a bigger tank top and some swim trunks. Looking back on what I made for the hot weather, I'm not in love with it, but it certainly gives off very queer vibes, and that is enough for me to just keep it as it is. For the cold weather outfits, I made sure to have an outside outfit and an inside outfit because I always get so annoyed when my sim gets up in the morning and immediately puts on their ski helmet. After finishing with all the outfits, I went back and I made sure that the nose piercing was on every single outfit, as well as just making sure that the binder was on other than athletic, sleep, and swimwear, as I said before. So after about an hour, I finally finished, and here's the final product. For the everyday wear, the outfit that they'll be wearing the most, it's simplistic, but also subtly stylish. There's a pearl necklace, and the nail polish and shoes are the non-binary flag colors. The second everyday outfit is yet again just going full on non-binary representation because why not? It's a very lesbian-esque shirt, and I love it. The formal wear kind of gives me like waiter or waitress vibes, like struggling with your career and having to pick up side gigs in order to pay the bills. And athletic wear is just boring per usual. So is sleepwear, but if somebody ends up playing with a sim and has the season's expansion pack, you will need to add a more winter-ready pajama set because the amount of times that my sims have been like freezing to death while they're in their pajamas is too many. It's just too many. And as I said previously, the party wear is a baggy outfit, which really suits the aesthetic for the sim, but realistically, if I was at a party wearing that, I'd be sweating my ass off. And here's the swimwear. Not much to be said about that. And the hot weather clothes is kind of giving either dad vibes or butch lesbian vibes. There's no in between for this sim, quite honestly. The cold weather has an indoor and outdoor outfit. Something that I did forget to do at the beginning was add body hair to the sim. I feel like I always forget to add this feature to my sims, but not today. I managed to do that. I also just scrolled through some of the tattoos and actually found one for the right arm. It's kind of outdoorsy, but I thought it was really cute. And the final addition to the sim was just choosing the nail polish for each of the outfits because yet again, I forgot about it. After a quick Google search of genderless names or non-binary names, I ended up being stuck between Finch and Eden just because I thought those were fun and very non-binary-esque. But I ended up deciding to call them Eden Finch. So first name is Eden, last name is Finch, and I set up their pronouns as they, them. For their aspiration, I was actually interested in something more social and chose to do the party animal aspiration. It's something that I don't typically choose, but I think it can create some good lore for this sim, especially because I chose their traits to be self-absorbed, geek, and cheerful. So the way that I'm kind of seeing the sim is that they're more of an introvert. Like truly they're an introvert, but their self-absorption and maybe the feeling or the need to get out there and meet new people is causing their aspiration of this party animal. It's just like the crisis that you go through when you turn 20, basically. And I will be posting the sim to the gallery, so if you do want to download my sim, my handle is Gasp2017. I'll put it right there on the screen for you. And I'm kind of interested in actually doing a gameplay with Eden Finch, so if you would be interested in that, let me know. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this. I'm still in the process of learning how to edit and making like quality content. So feel free to join me on this journey and subscribe. I'd love to hear from you guys. Bye!